Oh, so should I read this out loud? Just in case? Okay, let me do that. Warning. The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. And I am not talking about my voice, so get your fingers off the keyboard. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and 2 parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming. Unlike my regular videos, where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited, pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so we're trying out some new things here. So bear with me, because this is not going to be a very attractive transition right now. So as you can tell, I'm using Streamyard to do the first live stream of the year, 2021, thank goodness. And I'm still trying to figure this out. So like I said, it's going to be a little awkward at first until I get used to how everything is set up and how it works here. So bear with me. Okay. So let me just make sure that everything is running on all the other channels that I have here. So, okay. Oh, let me just do that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're looking. We're on our way to looking professional here. So give me a minute. Okay. Let me see if it's okay. So I guess. All right. So I guess there's like a delay or something. I don't know. So. Okay, I'm pretty much assuming this is all working correctly. So hold on, let me just see something here. Okay, all right. So we probably got a delay going. Look, that's why I made the disclaimer. So if your eardrums are getting blown out now, you know what it is. Okay, so I think I fussed enough here. So let's get this party started. Hi, everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist and illustrator and comic book artist out of New York. I am the artist of the furry fantasy comic Tall Tales right here. This is the latest issue that we had printed a bit ago. And I'm also the artist and creator of EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, my fantasy drama, which is now on Kickstarter, as you can see with the banner below. So welcome to my live stream. Today we're going to be talking more about my Kickstarter for EGORAVEN, and we're also going to be inking in a page or two for Tall Tales issue 6. Okay, so this one's issue 5 was the latest issue, so we're working on issue 6 right now, which that Kickstarter is scheduled for later on in the year as well. So we're gonna be doing that. But okay, I'm a little concerned about the sound here. So it's like, so I got this guy, and trying to figure out, making sure Streamyard is acting properly. Give me a heads up if the sound is weird, so that I can try to fix it during the stream. It's a little awkward because my screen is here, my desk is here, but we'll try to make do. So without further ado, let's get this party started again, because, you know, I have to repeat that 17 times. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. We're going to do a nice little split screen there so that you can still see my face. And okay, so this is the piece that we're going to be working on today. This is page 29 of Tall Tales, Tears of the Mother, issue 6. Don't get too excited that we're on page 29. I'm actually working backwards. Okay, here we go. Let me remember to change to fix the camera here. Like I said, this is not going to be an attractive transition so far, so we'll get used to it. So let me just fix something here, and okay. So as I was saying, this is page 29, but I decided to start working backwards with the pages for some reason, mostly because I felt like my easier pages were in the back of the book as opposed to the front, which is kind of saying a lot, because I kind of went, you know, I kind of went all out with this particular issue. So there's a lot going on and everything. Although the next 2 issues, which completes this story arc for Tall Tales, is going to be even more so. I mean, yeah, JD has me drawing Helm's Deep in the first in those 2 issues, so that'll be fun. And for those of you wondering what Tall Tales is about, I actually have a video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can check out the rest of my videos at YouTube/Daphne Lage, Lage art, and there you can find a specific video just for Tall Tales and explaining the entire series, so you can get a good rundown as to what this is, because after all, if you count all the issues, we're talking about like 30-something issues for you to catch up on. But don't worry about that. We have a couple of trades coming soon on Kickstarter, so we'll be able to get everyone eased into the story from the beginning again. So, but speaking of Kickstarters, so again, like I said, I only have a ticker at the bottom that's screaming what's going on right now. I have a Kickstarter going on right now for my other book, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn. This is a fantasy drama comic that I have pretty much been working on for the past 20 years, if you can believe that. It's one of those projects that I was working on the side. You know, Tall Tales was the main comic I was working on. That was my job comic, I guess. And EGORAVEN was the book I was working on to unwind. That was my hobby comic. So, you know, so it's like, so I spent all that time really, you know, working the story, tweaking it, changing it. I mean, it's like the character started off as like a mascot, and as the years went on, she became her own character with her own story. And after a couple of false starts, I finally decided to get serious with the book and actually put it on Kickstarter finally, and get this book literally out of my head and into the world, and, you know, giving it the shot that it deserves. So if you're already familiar with it, you know that I've been posting the black and white version of the story on my website and on DeviantArt and Fur Affinity and these other sites. But so what I did for the Kickstarter is that it's actually in full color. And what we're looking at here is this is my proof from the printer. So the Kickstarter started on the 4th. That was started on Monday. So I already have proofs for this and everything. And I've been tweaking it since to make sure that once it goes to the printer, finally, it's as perfect as I can get it. But the main thing is that the book is in color. If anything, if I can thank Lockdown for anything, is giving me, I guess, not the permission, but just like, it's like, you know what? I have all this extra free time now. I might as well do something important with it. So I decided to color this book and re-letter it as well. And, you know, and what I did too was I tweaked the artwork and the dialogue and whatnot, just to make it a little bit better. And this is pretty much the final result. So when you support the Kickstarter, this is the book you're going to get. You're also going to get a PDF. And I also have some special versions of this comic. So not only do you get like a PDF of it and the actual book here, but I also have some, like I said, some special versions of it. And I'm going to go through them right now to show you. So the first, and by the way, it's like, you want to check out the Kickstarter, links in the thing downstairs, you know, not the show notes. Good grief. The links are in the show notes below. Also, you can go straight to my website at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and there'll be a link there to the Kickstarter as well. So along with the regular version of the comic, we also have a virgin edition, which all it is that it's the cover without any of with the logos or anything on it. So that way you could just have it with the artwork. So that's like a special edition version of that. But if you're looking for something a little bit fancier, because what I also have is this silver edition, which with the lighting, it's a little hard to see, but you can kind of get the gist of it. So what this is, it's a silver cover with the line art printed on it. So you get this really nice effect. You know, so this is also available as one of the tiers, but I have to admit, this next one is my favorite. So again, it's like, this is a special tier. This is the rainbow, what I like to call the rainbow cover edition. It's the hollow, foil kind of type edition. So it's printed on this holographic paper, but I like to call it the rainbow edition because, you know, unicorns and all that. So of course it would be a rainbow edition, but look at that. Look at that sparkle. Look at that. So yeah, so this is going to be also available on the Kickstarter. And last but not least, we also have the Sketchbook edition, which is a blank cover. It's the same interior, but it has a blank cover, and then I draw an original piece of artwork on it for you. So that's going to be, that's the final, I guess, like the premium option for the Kickstarter. It's like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. So like I said, I'm using a new format here. So the chat is going to be a little awkward for me to keep looking back and forth. So if I don't answer you immediately, don't worry. I just have to keep turning my head to see the chat. But I know you're there. I know you're there. So, like I said, you can go to egoworks.com, click on the links down below, and support my Kickstarter. And right now, we've met goal already after the first day. So thank you everybody for your support at that moment. And right now we are on track to hit the first stretch goal, which is a PDF. Everybody gets a PDF of a prequel that I did to the series. So this is a mock-up that I did. Obviously the PDF looks a lot nicer, that's for sure. This is just a mock-up that I did to put together the PDF. And as you can see, this is an illustrated prose prequel to the main story. And it has illustrations in it as well. So at $1,000, everyone gets a PDF of this. However, at this moment, I am waiting for a proof for a physical copy to come in. So once I see how that one looks and how it comes out, I'm going to decide from there whether a physical copy is something I'm going to offer up on the Kickstarter. I don't know if we're going to do it as a stretch goal, or I'm going to unlock it as like an add-on where you can purchase it, along with the rest of the books. So yeah, so this is a prequel, and it's pretty much about how EGORAVEN's parents met, because a half unicorn girl doesn't come out of nowhere. So here we go. So that's what I'm working on currently. And like I said, when we reach $1,000, we'll at least everyone will at least get a copy of the PDF to work with. So let me just tidy up here. So that's pretty much the long and the short of it. Also, like, another thing, it's like, if this is the first time you're hearing about EGORAVEN, I have to make a video about that too, but it explains it on the Kickstarter, everything that you need to know. If you're concerned about if this is going to be like a one-hit wonder, because I know there are people who have been pretty much seeing this comic go up and down for the past, God knows, 20 years or so. So it's like, oh, are you finally going to finish it? And the answer is like, yes, of course, because honestly, this past month, I actually finished the script. The script for the series is complete. So all I have to do is just draw it out. All I have to do is just draw it out. So it's not a one-hit wonder. We have 4 Kickstarters scheduled this year for the first 4 issues. Of course, the first one is going on right now. And and I'm looking to get 4 issues out into the wild this year, and then starting 2022 with the first trade, and then continuing on until I think the series is probably going to last about 15 issues at most, I'm hoping, because it doesn't sound like a lot until you realize it's going to take about 4 years to complete the entire series. And I have a lot of side stories as well that I want to get to, but until I finish that 15th issue, I can't really do those side stories because it's all related to stuff that happens as the series goes along. But, we're at issue 1 right now. So, let's concentrate on that, right? So I don't want to make this like a 5-hour live stream. It's like I'm still getting used to all of it. So in the end, it's like, let's finally get to inking, right? So, hey Meredith, you see, I just have to look over and see the comments. Thank you. Yes, making goal on the first day. That's a lot of pressure off of me. Although I can kind of like see, like see the benefit of maybe like I should have had the goal a little bit higher, kind of like sweat it out a little bit. But to tell you the truth, it's like, I'd rather just reach goal and just know for a fact that, okay, we're funded, we're good to go. So everything else is just gravy at this point, because, in the end, the whole process is stressful enough as it is. So why make it worse if you don't have to? So, okay. So let me tell you what I'm doing here. So, like I said, with Tall Tales, so back to the page. So with Tall Tales, what I'm doing is that I have this issue is 36 pages, and I have to finish pretty much inking this book this month, and to start really preparing it for its own Kickstarter, I think in July. So it's like we're going to do the Tears of the Mother trade in March, and then we're going to do issue 6 in July. And then I think it's November, we're doing the first Tears of the Mother, not the Tears of the Mother, Thieves Quest trade paperback, which is the series from the beginning. We're going to finally put together a new trade format for it. So we can finally start this from the beginning the way it was meant to, because this is an ongoing story. So what I'm doing is I'm working on the pages in kind of like chunks. I have this really bad habit of decision paralysis and procrastination. So I kind of have to figure out a way to get myself to keep working on stuff in the easiest way possible, kind of like the easiest / laziest way to work, as long as it keeps me consistent. So what I've been doing is I already did the last 4 pages, so those are complete. So now what I did is I took the next 8 pages before that. So I don't remember the numbers. I'm not doing math right now. So, and then what I'm doing is I'm just taking my number 2 Rapidograph and I'm putting down the basic lines just to start off the page. So we're not finishing anything today. We're just going to put down the basic lines and just pretty much get the pages started. So what that does is that it gives me the feeling that I'm moving along, so then when I continue inking it, I'm just finishing the pages as opposed to feeling like I'm starting again, with each new page. So yeah, it's kind of like those weird, things that that I have to do to keep my mind on, focused on what I should be doing. Okay, so I have some questions to ask. Can I ask you? Yes. Okay, so go ahead. You can go ahead and ask your questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start inking a bit. Post your questions and I'll look over. I'll give it a little bit. I'll look over and we'll start answering those as I see them. Because like I said, I have to figure out a way that I can see comments, but it's not going to be today. So go ahead and ask your questions. And okay, so I'm taking my Rapidograph. It's a number 2 Rapidograph, and I'm just going to start putting in the basic lines here. So the other day I had posted a picture of my hands all jacked up from ink because of these pens. And I had made the comment that I have nothing against digital art, but a lot of artists don't know what it's like to have ink all over spill all over everything. Because you get used to just pressing Control Z or Command Z if you're on a Mac, and just calling it a day. It's like, you don't have to wash your hands or anything. And like I said, I have nothing against that. I'm trying to get used to working digitally myself on a couple of things. I just bought a new computer, and it's going to take about a month for it to be built. And I'm hoping to really optimize my setup with it so I can do more digital work in terms of coloring, and I don't know, maybe trying to do layouts and sketches and whatnot on the computer. But today's not that day. We're all doing everything by hand, like the primitive people we are. And but the thing is, though, is that so people were asking about using Rapidographs. And to tell you the truth, I mean, it's like if you're someone starting out, or even if, you were just curious about using Rapidographs, I actually would not recommend them. They're really fussy as a tool and a bit high maintenance. So especially with a lot of the liner pens that have come out nowadays, you have so much better options than using one of these. I'm just stubborn, and I'm just used. I mean, I've been using this since I was in high school, so I'm pretty much used to them. And I don't mind. I mean, yeah, the messes are annoying and the maintenance is annoying, but I'm just used to it. So I'm kind of like set in my ways at this point. So yeah, if you were just starting off, I mean, again, go to my YouTube channel. I actually have a video where I compare different types of multi-liners. I think it's called the multi-liner pen, big pen battle, battle, but it's purposefully misspelled. And that gives you a lot of comparisons with a lot of pens. Although, spoiler alert, the pens that in the end, different from the video, but after I had done the video, more pens had become available and whatnot, and I tried out some more, and I started using the Faber, I might as well show it here, Faber Castell pick pens. They're more like my go-to disposable pens right now, because they use actual ink, and they're the closest to looking like inking with a rapidograph that I've gotten without the mess of a rapidograph. The only thing, though, is that when you're using liners, it really depends on the quality. Really depends on the paper that you're using. Like with rapidographs, you really have to make sure that like the paper is super smooth. They work best on that. Like the paper I'm using now has a little bit of a tooth on it. I think I accidentally bought a pad of I forgot the technical. Like there's a smooth plate Bristol, and I forgot the name of the other type. I'm not sure if it's well, it has a bit more texture on it, as opposed to the smooth plate. And I think I had bought one of those pads by mistake. So I think this is some of the paper from it. So, okay, so hold on. Let's just see. Okay, you can add biographies of other characters from the series. Ah, yes, yes. You know what's funny? It's like, yeah, I can do that because I actually have the, okay, so what they're asking is whether I can add more characters to the biographies on the Tall Tales page. So if you go to talltalesonline.com, TAILS, I have, along with the comic, I have a biography section. I have all like the main characters listed and little biographies about them. And they're asking if I could put up biographies of, like Eve, like Eva and Grey Mouser and Foxfart and all those other characters. And then the answer is yes, I should do that because I do have the character pinups done. So, for a bunch of extra characters. So yeah, so I'm going, I'll do that. I'll do that. Especially since we do have a lot of characters to catch up on. So yeah. We can, I can definitely put up more characters because I also just recently revamped the characters to the EgoWorks site. So if you go to egoworks.com, I have a section just for the comic. It's like I said, it's the original edition it's the original version of the comic that I revamped for the Kickstarter, but you can still read the first 5 issues of EGORAVEN on the website in its original format before I end up coloring it and relettering it. And I just redid the character section. And because I finally designed one of those character lineups. I always wanted to do one of those. So I did the characters, and then I went ahead and replaced the graphics on that character page with the updated character designs. And and Tall Tales should be getting that soon. So okay, so this is pretty much, as you can see, like this is pretty much what I'm doing. I'm literally just outlining my lines to go in later with the more detail. So because then this way I just feel like I'm moving along and making progress. Even though it's kind of fake, I guess, but not really. I mean, it's like, how you keep seeing those things about creating systems that works for you and all that jazz. So this is kind of something I'm trying to see if like it'll help me finish faster, but still, but I'm not hacking it out. Let's not get that, let's not get that twisted now. I'm not rushing. I'm just doing the inking in pieces as opposed to trying to do it all at once. So then that way I do 8, like the 8-page chunk, and then, okay, so I have like 8 pages to look at that are in process as opposed to like 1 page. So, you gotta set up a system, the way it works best for you, like whatever you got to do to get the work done. I mean, which is funny because technically that's what I'm using. That's where the stream comes in, because it's like, oh, everyone's watching me work. I probably should actually work, right? So yeah. So So far it seems like all my comments are coming from YouTube. So let me see. I'm wondering if you're on Facebook and you're commenting, I probably didn't see it yet, or it's not coming up over here. So so like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this setup. Also, I'm assuming my sound is good, right? I mean, it's like there's no like echoes or any weird like I'm not talking. I'm not just blabbing and there's nothing coming out, right? I mean, so I mean, I guess if everyone, I got the few comments already, so I'm assuming my sound is okay, right? Give me a heads up. Yeah, give me a heads up if it's good. Just tell me if it's good. Just tell me if it's good. But even more, tell me if it's not. So I'm just going to continue here. What's funny is that I keep thinking of what was that movie, Chasing Amy, where they were calling inkers tracers, and that those guys got into a fist fight at the convention. Well, the funny thing is that that's exactly what I feel like I'm doing now. I'm just tracing my line work. Yeah. So I'm just going to skip to the next easy panel just to keep the momentum going. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me talk more about my Kickstarter. So we started on Monday, and I keep saying the royal we. It's literally just me. This EGORAVEN is something that I created and wrote and did everything myself. So this Kickstarter was a little bit more nerve-wracking than usual. So yeah, so we made a goal on the first day, which was really, really nice because it takes a lot of pressure off. The thing, so the thing is like, I'm kind of wondering, like how far I could possibly get this campaign to go. It's like I'm already setting up an Indiegogo page for it. Because I know that there's some people who, for some reason or another, they don't like Kickstarter. But I mean, you have the two competing platforms, and there are people who are going to like one platform over the other. So, which is understandable. It's like, especially it's like if one platform has the books that you like more, so you're going to stay on that. So yeah, so I started putting together an Indiegogo page. So that I'm going to start that the second the Kickstarter is done. And it's going to be a 21-day campaign, so that if you prefer Indiegogo and you'd rather purchase the book on that, you're going to have that opportunity in February. I think my Kickstarter campaign ends February 3rd. So on February 4th, I'm going to launch the Indiegogo. and then you can pick it up there if you prefer. Yeah, like I was saying, this paper has a little bit of Oh, okay. So we have as a continuation of the question, as in the previous question, can you add bios for all the characters in the Tall Tales, the Peacekeeper series, in the cast section? You know, I really should. I really should do that. We really do have a lot of characters, and it really funny. Funny you should mention it. About a couple of weeks ago, we saw a video by Sam Vera, our friend Sam, and he did a review of Tall Tales Tears of the Mother issue 1. And it was funny. It was so funny. But also it made me think about the book a little bit differently. You know, because like I've been working on that book forever. So I'm used to the literal cast of thousands. No, it doesn't really have a cast of thousands. It just has a lot of characters in it. And and it's like in the way that he was talking about the book, how he literally needed like cliff notes to keep track of everybody, made me laugh, because it's like, it just showed me like just how used to having so many characters in the book. I'm so used to that it didn't occur to me that people would need like a cheat sheet for it. And in the end, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I really should make one. It's like, yeah, so for Peacekeepers, there's the Or So I Thought one shot. And then there's so many other characters in Thieves Quest that we didn't touch upon. And then there's all the new characters that popped up in Tears of the Mother. So yeah, I think that in the end, I think it's only logical that I put bios for everybody on the website, because yeah, it's a lot. it's a lot to remember. I mean, yeah, I mean, and what's funny is like, you think of, like books like Game of Thrones, and it's like, yeah, I could imagine like reading that book and having the same problem trying to keep track of everybody. I know that I had that problem when I was reading Shogun by James Clavell. And just keeping track of everybody was a challenge. It was a challenge. So I'm just happy. Who's making Shogun? Oh, I think Disney. I think Disney Plus. They're gonna do Shogun for Hulu, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. So at least, because it's like, for me, it's like it's a lot easier for me to keep track of characters if they're visual rather than if I'm reading. So yes, I will be putting that on my docket then, to put more character bios on the website. Yeah, so also it's like a lot of these shapes here, they're just going to be black anyway when I'm done with it, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. Usually that's filling in the large black areas is the last thing I do. That kind of like completes the piece. So yeah, I usually save that for last. Like this panel in particular, it's like everything this is, all these areas are going to be black. So But right now, I'm just concerned about just getting the outline. Yeah, it's like I have to kind of apologize for the dead air though while I'm working. I think that there was one episode that I tried to play music in the background, and it was like so distracting. I couldn't keep my thoughts straight because it's like I had the music. I mean, it's like I guess it's like what like listening to music uses a different part of the brain than thinking and talking. I guess I don't know. But I guess it's like that's just something that's going to happen. I mean, it's like you guys are literally watching me work. So depending on so yeah, and that depending on what I don't know. It's like I actually forgot. It's like I wanted to keep this live stream kind of on the short side. Probably around like 6 o'clock. We'll call it. We'll call it then. I don't know. Depending on what mood I'm in. When we get to 6 o'clock. So you see, if I was inking this normally, it's like I probably would still have been on this panel. And by doing this, like, oh, I already have like this much done. So I don't know if you would consider that a hack or something. It's like, is it a hack or is it just hacky? Is it vellum plate? There's smooth plate and then there's vellum. I think vellum is the rougher paper. The rougher Bristol. I don't remember. It's never confuse me for a professional, kids. I can't even remember the names of supplies. And also the thing is too, what's funny is that by doing this with this pen, this thickness of pen, what I find myself doing is inking in lines that I would have normally have used a thinner pen for. But I'm deciding that in this case, like, you know what, I'm going to use this thicker line instead, because I just find that a thicker line reproduces better when I scan it in. I don't have as many dropouts, like, like lines. They're thin, and then when you scan them in, it's like they break up when they're scanned in. So I just figured it's like, okay, you know what? Let's see. Let's use the thicker line and see how that works out. So, so far, Streamyard has been working pretty well. So what I was thinking of doing, because it's like I mean, the funniest thing is like the reason why it took me so long to do another live stream was because I was having so much trouble with the software. I was using OBS before, and then I moved to Streamlabs because my last live stream had horrible syncing issues. The audio was completely out of sync with the video. The funniest thing though is that it's my most watched episode live stream. And it's like, okay, the audio is completely out of sync, but for some reason, everyone's watching that video. So, I guess whatever information I was babbling about during that time, I guess people found interesting enough to put up with the out of sync problem. But then again, it's like once I go to desk mode and I minimize my face camera, it's like you don't notice it anyway. It's like, you start just paying attention to what I'm doing on the drawing board, and then it's like you don't even notice anymore that the audio is out of sync. So after that, it took me a while to try to figure out like how to solve the issue. And in the end, what I had to do is I had to do a clean install on my Mac, reinstall all the programs, and just use StreamYard instead. And so far I'm liking StreamYard as opposed to OBS and whatnot, like running a live stream through there. I mean, sure, it's like, I could do fancier stuff on OBS, but it's a lot of setup. And so far, using Streamlabs has just allowed me to just get stuff set up and done and not have to worry about it. So I'm probably going to stick with that for now, until something else better comes along, if even. Also, the thing I want to really be careful with is not putting my hand on places I've already inked in. So I don't want to smudge anything. Let's see. So, what would be my reaction if a film game about tall tales appeared, and how do you imagine it? Well, I hope if a game appeared, it was because we were involved somehow and not someone making a bootleg version of it. Um, I mean, it's like, yeah, that would be something fun to do. I mean, what was funny was that at my last job, I remember one of my coworkers coming to me in a panic because he had thought somebody had bootlegged our stuff into a game, and it turned out he saw the Usagi Yojimbo video game, and he thought that was ours because the style was similar, and I thought that was funny. And I had to explain something. No, that's Stan Sakai. I mean, he's, we've met him before, and that's his stuff, and we do similar work. It's like, yeah, it's like, well, I would like, if I were to see like a Tall Tales game, I would like to see it as like one of those like adventure types, like not as much Diablo as much as be like, you remember those games, King's Quest, I think it is, where it's like there's like a story you had to go through and make certain decisions, and it was less of a fighting game and more of a strategy game. I would like to see that, although I'm pretty sure if it looked like the Darkstalkers game, I wouldn't mind a fighting game as well. We can do both. We can do both. In this fantasy, we have both a Tall Tales fighting game and a Tall Tales strategy game, along with probably some tabletop role playing. Because like there's so much going on in the story. It's like, why limit it to like a certain type of game? Um, it's like we have the strategy and we have the fighting, so we could do both. Yeah, but it would be fun to see it looking like, the Capcom Dark Stalkers. Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be a fun fighting game. Um, I can actually see that. I can actually see that in my head. That'd be fun. Yeah, but definitely like we would have like tabletop, and maybe like a board game or something, little miniatures that those little pewter miniatures that people would paint, like the Warhammer stuff, you know. It's like yeah, it's like I mean, to tell you the truth, it's like I don't think that there would be much. There wouldn't be like something we wouldn't consider in terms of those types. I mean, like in the end, it's like, give me the action figures, give me the play sets, give me the video games. Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, but the thing is that the type of artwork would be very specific. Like for me, it would be like really specific type of artwork for it. Like I wouldn't want it to have like that realistic style, because I think that part of the charm is that the characters do look cartoony. Um, it's like, yeah, I'm just not a fan of like Ravenwood wouldn't look right if he actually looked like a fox. Like that's not my visual of him. So I wouldn't want artwork to look like that. Like I would want him to look like Don Bluth did him. You know, oh my God, that would be. Someone had asked, like, who would I get to make a Tall Tales movie? And I had said it was like, well, it'd be Peter Jackson directing, Don Bluth animating. You know, and I almost passed out at the thought. It was just like, oh my God, that would be epic. Yeah, these marshes are a little tough here. Wow, it's almost right now. It's like 5:33 already. It's like, oh, time flies, huh? No wonder people find it so easy to do like 5-hour live streams and stuff, because it's like you just start working and it just you just get the momentum going, and that's pretty much it. And then before you know it, you're done. So yeah, so the next thing that I have to do though is finish up a video that I have. I have to do a new intro for, because I got not a copyright strike, but I got a copyright claim on it, on the music. And it was stupid because it's like the music that they were claiming wasn't even in the video. Like, it was a completely different name, but instead of like fighting it, I decided I was going to just uh redo it, you know, replace the music and give it a new intro and whatnot. So I'm going to be putting that up on Friday. You know, I want to get back into the habit of working on my YouTube channel. I'm almost at 1,000. I'm at 840 subscribers right now. So yeah, I want to build that up. I want to get to that 1,000 mark. and really, and there's a lot of videos that I want to make, but it's just really funny. So if you're the type that wants to listen to me babble and answer silly questions, you can also, instead of waiting for me to upload videos, you can also catch me on the IndieVolt network. It's IndieVolt, VOLT, and you can find they have a YouTube channel. And these are live streams, group live streams that we do every week. I'm on 3 shows regularly. One of them is, well, the first one I was about to say is Geekgasm, which is a female-dominated comic book slash pop media discussion. But the thing is that I'm not going to be on tonight's episode. But I will be back on the show next week. And then another show that I'm on is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It's called The Breakfast Buzz, and that one's a more general comic book discussion, interview type show. So it's like, sometimes we have guests, sometimes we have, that we're just talking. We have people coming on to promote their Kickstarters, or we're answering questions from the peanut gallery, which can range from actually pretty interesting and thought-provoking to downright these people are trolling. But we're going to answer their question anyway, as if it were serious. Which those are usually fun. So it's like, if you want to see more of me talking and rambling for some reason, you can catch those shows. There's another show that I'm on regularly on Sundays at 9 a.m. called Sunday Funnies. And that one, it's mostly me and host Randy Zimmerman talking about just it's more laid back, actual, like lighthearted, fun type of comics. Like the Italian Disney comics I like so much, or it's like, we're not talking about the Dark Knight. We're not talking about the Killing Joke, on that show. We're just talking about, a lot of mostly family-friendly type comics, although we did do an episode about underground comics, which, like, Robert Crumb and the Fabulous Freak Brothers, and not exactly family-friendly, but more, well, depending on which Crumb comics we're talking about, more lighter in tone. But so check me out on the IndieVolt network, and I'll try to get more videos of my own up as well as this new year goes along. Might as well have different resolutions than what I used to have. Yeah, so you see, as you can see, it's like now when I get off, get off the stream, all I have to do is just tell myself, oh, I just have these 2 panels left, as opposed to actually finishing and then probably still having like 1 or 2 panels actually done and feeling like I still have the rest of the page to go. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's kind of a silly hack, but I don't know. So far, it seems to work for me. Anything that keeps me going, that keeps me working and not distracted, which it's a big issue for me, is I have, when you're doing so much on your own, like when it comes to putting together comics, it's like it's easy to get distracted, that it's like, oh, well, I still have to do this, I still have to do that. There's a pin that I have to adjust the line work for. We're doing an Oswald pin for JD, so I have to like tweak the artwork to the manufacturer's specifications. I still have to do that. It's things like that, and it's really easy to get distracted. Pretty much, it's like, oh, I have to do that, and I have to do this, and I have to do, and then before you know it, it's like I could literally almost go through an entire day without working on actual artwork, which is kind of defeats the purpose. So, what's the point of everything if we're not doing the actual work? So, okay. Yeah, so yeah, like I said about the comments though, it's like I'm not sure if I'm getting comments from every place that this video might be posted to. So if I'm not answering your comment, it probably is because I didn't see it or I can't see it right now, that it's not showing up in the Streamyard feed. So so it's like I'll take a look at all the feeds that I have, and if there's any comments that I missed, I'll try to answer you in the comments section on the mostly I think it's Facebook. That's a problem because I'm okay with seeing the YouTube comments. I'm okay with that. I'm just afraid that I'm going to find those comments and find out that there's been like no audio or something stupid like that on this. But I think that if that was the case, someone on YouTube would have at least told me. So, yeah, so I'm just assuming everything's okay. Yeah, so also with the live stream, I'm pretty much looking to do this every Wednesday. Wednesday seems to be a good time. It's just probably around this same time as well. So 4:30, around 4 o'clock or 4:30. Maybe like next week I'll try 4 o'clock. So then that way we have 2 hours. We have an actual 2 hours to work with, as opposed to the hour and a half I allotted myself today. So today was just more about like seeing how StreamYard works under these conditions, and because I had to do like a weird thing to be able to get the dual camera on the same computer. So I'm just hoping that when I watch the replay that everything is okay with that. Sometimes I can't see what I just drew. Oh, okay, here. Yeah, like there's some things that usually I ink with a smaller pen, but yeah, so it's like whatever I know I'm gonna need a smaller pen for, I'm just gonna skip. Like technically that I would have done with a smaller pen, but yeah, it's making sure everything scans in correctly. Oh, okay. Okay. So another question: what would have happened if, in the third episode of Tall Tales, the Peacekeepers, Alexandria did not kill Pashad, then it influenced the other ending? Well, that's more of a question for the writer JD than it is for me because um because the funny thing is like he actually told me like what happens after that last when everyone charges into battle and and it's like to say anything more would technically be a spoiler. So so I can't really sit here and speculate. But yeah, that's more of a JD question because like I said, he's the writer. Um so yeah, it's like I really couldn't answer that. Um Aside from what I know already as to what the actual outcome of that final battle is, um yeah, I just I'm sorry, I can't really answer that question thoroughly without giving away a lot to people, who aren't familiar with the story. um so yeah. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Tall Tales to Peacekeepers is still available on. Oh, there's my 10-minute warning. Let's see, let me shut that off before we get a copyright strike. So there's my 10-minute warning. So what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is pretty much how the pages end up looking. Let me show you some of the previous pages that I did, so you guys know what I'm kind of like gunning for here. So this is my little stack of pages that I have that I'm working on right now. So in the end, it's like this. This is how the pages in my pile are looking. So I have so far 5. So after today, it's going to be 5 pages out of my 8-page chunk that I'm working on. And then once I'm done with the with the number 2 inks on it. Then I'm going to go back and, go over it with the thicker pens and build up the lines until it looks like a proper page. And if you want to see what a proper page looks like, so this is what the pages are going to look like once all the lines are added. So that's yeah. I mean, it's you can tell. I mean, it's like the difference that all those lines make. So yeah, so this end result is what I'm going for here. So right now, and here's this is why I ended up starting in the last page, because it was like I said, it was easy. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm going for here. So I have 3 more pages in my pile to go after this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the book in 8-page chunks. So it's I just need to do 4 of them and I'll have the complete book. So that's how that's going to end up looking. Yeah, but we got a full year of Kickstarters going on. So it's where's my calendar? So it's it's a lot of stuff that I gotta get through. So it's yeah. So so as a reminder, EGORAVEN #1 on Kickstarter right now. Links down below. And then in March we're going to have the Kickstarter for the Tall Tales Tears of the Mother trade, which is collects issues 1 through 4. And then in May, we're going to have EGORAVEN issue 2. And then in July, we're going to have this issue, Tall Tales issue 6 on Kickstarter. And then in August, I'm going to have EGORAVEN issue 3. Now, the reason why we're able to do 2 back-to-back Kickstarters like this is because it's 2 different accounts. JD handles the Tall Tales Kickstarters, and I'm of course handling my own Kickstarters. So I don't have to worry about Kickstarter being fussy about, well, you didn't finish this Kickstarter, so you can't do that one. So but everything gets fulfilled. We're pretty much old hat at this. And then EGORAVEN #4 comes out in October. And then the Thieves Quest trade, which we're collecting issues 1 through 5. The original version only had issues 1 through 4, but we're going to do the trades this time, 5 issues each. So we're going to have Thieves Quest Volume 1 in November. So that's our schedule for the rest of the year. I've never planned anything out that far before, but Kickstarter requires a lot of preparation, and it's not like we have conventions to go to anymore. Well, at the moment. So that's pretty much what, we're working towards now. It's just getting these books done and prepared for Kickstarter. So was there anything else that I wanted to show you guys? Could have sworn there was something else. Oh, hey Grant, how you doing? What's up? I'm seeing your comment now. Like I said, it's I don't exactly have the most efficient layout here for being able to look at comments in a timely manner. Because the thing that I like about Streamyard is that I could pop the comments up if I wanted to, like that. It's I like doing that. But I can't, the setup is really awkward right now. So I would like to do that more often. So maybe next time I'll try to arrange I'll try to arrange it a little bit to see if it could be a little bit more interactive and pay more attention. Be able to pay more attention to comments and stuff. But I see you. I see you. I see you all. I see you. Okay, so we're just pretty much winding down here. So I guess that's pretty much. I mean, I could have sworn. Yeah, I could have sworn that there was something else I wanted to show you guys, but for the life of me, I can't remember right now. It's like everything's kind of a blur. I'm gonna ink a little bit more, and there we go. Okay. I'm gonna ink a little bit more until we get closer to 6. Might as well do that instead of like umming and awing in front of the camera. So. So, just to remind everybody, Kickstarter, link below. Yeah, I really want to hit 1,000 before the week is done. That would be nice. At least get that milestone out of the way so that everybody can get their PDFs. I have a goal that I would like to see the Kickstarter get to, but I don't want to fuss with it that much. I don't want to get like my hopes up, I guess. I don't know. It's like I have so much going on that it's like I don't want to like completely stress myself out over it. Okay, let's finish off. You know what? Let's finish off this panel and then we'll end the stream. So you see, I almost put my hand on that mess right there. I almost put my hand on that. Always got to be careful with the ink. Okay. Oh yeah. Today was hand inking. Spoke about the Kickstarter. Oh, I just assume when people do live drawing, they're working digitally. No, not me. It's like once I have my new setup with I have a new computer coming at the end of the month. Once I have that set up, I'll be able to do that, like when I'm coloring pages and whatnot, because I do the coloring digitally. But the actual pages themselves, I do by hand. So that's what. So that's mostly what my live streams are currently. Like I said, next Wednesday, we're gonna have another live stream where I'm probably gonna be inking in more pages, most likely. It's not like, I have any other work that I could put on a live stream. Like this is the easiest to do. So no, I like I said, I do also work digitally. I think it would be interesting to do a live stream where I'm like coloring pages or even lettering pages. I would like to do a live stream where I'm lettering on camera so that everyone can kind of get a feel as to what lettering a comic book looks like. Because, people think like, oh, you're just slapping lettering down, and it's kind of not that completely. So yeah, once I get my new computer in at the end of the month, I'll do some digital live streams so that you guys can see that too. I'm not just doing pen and ink all the time. So I guess that's pretty much it for me today. I'm going to so after we get off camera, I'm going to finish off this last panel, and that's pretty much it. So let me kind of awkwardly go over here and switch my cameras. There we go. Okay, there we go. So, and then poof. Let's see if that works. Oh, that works. Okay, good. Good. Oh, my lighting is horrible. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's live anyway. So I mean that's first live stream of the year. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you were all able to make it. I hope you enjoyed this hour and a half that we spent together. Me babbling about my Kickstarter, inking some work here. Just so in the end, it's like just the usual. Like, share, subscribe, especially share. If there are people that you think would enjoy watching this video and listening to me ramble about my work, please feel free to share the video with them. We're going to do another live stream next Wednesday, either at 4 or 4:30. I'm kind of leaning towards starting at 4, so we have a full 2 hours together. Also check out my social media sites here. I gotta remember where everything is on the screen. The easiest place to look is you go to egoworks.com, EGOWORKS.com, where all my social media is linked there. My Kickstarter is linked there. You can read free comics there. EGORAVEN is free to read on my website. You can read the first 5 issues online, so that that way you come into my Kickstarter absolutely knowing this is something that you want to own. So I try to make it as easy and as accessible as possible. If you prefer your adventure comics to be more actual adventure oriented as opposed to drama oriented as EGORAVEN is, you can head on over to talltalesonline.com. That's TAILS, where you can read 500, 600 plus pages of Tall Tales for free as well. And it's all there. It's all there for you. I want you all to like and enjoy my work, so I make it as easy as possible for you to do that. So, and don't forget to sign up. And when you're on EgoWorks and Tall Tales Online, don't forget to sign up for my mailing list, because that's how you're going to keep updated with all the stuff that I put out, new products, the upcoming Kickstarters, just general stuff about the artwork and the books. And also, when you sign up, you get free comics. When you sign up, you get the first 3 issues of Tall Tales for free as downloadable PDFs, just for signing up to my mailing list. So it's the same mailing list on both websites. So you just have to sign up for one and you're good to go. So that's pretty much it for me here. Like I said, thank you very much for joining me and watching me art with you. And I'll see you guys on the next video, next live stream. and that's pretty much it. So I'll see you then. So, yeah, no quippy one-liners here. Just see you next time. Bye. And now let me awkwardly go to the computer and cut this off. See you later.